Hello everyone, my name is Fran. I have been struggling with mental health issues ever since I was a teenager, and I've been working through these issues with a psychotherapist for about 4 years now. In this channel, I share my personal experience and skills I learned along the way to help you tackle fear of abandonment, social anxiety, people-pleasing so that you could create and enjoy healthy relationships. If that is something that you're interested in, please subscribe so that you don't miss the updates. In this video, I would like to answer one of the biggest questions we get as anxiously attached people, that why do we keep getting attracted to emotionally unavailable people? If you're not sure what emotionally unavailable means, I'm gonna put it up here. I have a video explaining the definition and behaviors of them. In brief, the common pattern we have is that we often get attracted to cold and distant people, even if they act really warm and compassionate and empathetic in the beginning of relationship. But when conflicts arise later on, or when you're trying to seek intimacy, trying to seek comfort for them to be there for you, they usually avoid, detach, they run away, they withdraw, they isolate. It's very easy for people who are cold and distant, who are more of the silent type, to give us this impression of being mature, of being stable, of being able to already figure out like what they want in life, so that when they choose you, you think that, well, they have sorted their options out, they have made up their mind about you. So you think to yourself, well, I've finally found this person who can be mature enough to take care of me, who can be steady enough to be with me for a very long time, maybe for the rest of my life. So it's easy for us to let our guard down at the beginning and be blind to any red flags of that person being emotionally unavailable. And we jump in really quickly because we think they are reliable. They are so down to earth, they are so mature that they would finally be there for me all the time. But that was only in our head. That was not the reality, like the full picture we're seeing, right? Because we are selectively paying attention to the things we wanted to see, due to the longing, due to the desire to finally get our needs met. For people who are insecurely attached, we often grew up in either chaotic or dismissive family environment. So what we long for, what we yearn, is this steady, close connection, is this unconditional love, attention, and care from a steady partner who we thought could fix all of our problems. And this is where the strong fear of abandonment comes in at play. If we have never been reassured about a steady presence, we're gonna hold on tight. We're gonna be even more hypervigilant about any signs of distancing, of the changes in frequency, of the wordings they use, of the facial expressions they have. We constantly wonder like, well, if this person is leaving me or not. And we pay more attention to the signs that shows disconnection. A very interesting thing I've observed is that people who are anxiously attached, or even called anxious preoccupied, we often, like when we feel safe around someone, we often tend to be hyper and late, be very talkative, because we are thinking to ourselves, well, finally find someone to listen to me, like they can be there to be an empathetic listener, to be there to attune to my needs, to blah blah blah. Because their silence, their lack of responsiveness, we think that they are loving us in silent. They love us, they wanted to take care of us, but they're not showing it because maybe they're shy, maybe they don't know how to express themselves. But we're fine with it because we know how to self-express. If not, we express too much of ourselves and we think that we're finally being accepted by someone. So it creates a pattern of chase and run, driven by the fear of abandonment, driven by the extreme desire to be close. The anxious, preoccupied people are gonna dump all of their needs on this person. They're gonna compulsively seek closeness, seek intimacy with this person. But on the other hand, the emotionally unavailable people, they get scared by this engulfing experience because they have been cut off from their own feelings. They haven't learned how to deal with their own emotions, and their usual strategy is to avoid, to dodge just to pretend that there's no problem so that they could be okay. Subconsciously, the avoidant type have this fear of abandonment, but they have cut it off because it has been so overwhelming with their growing up. They just got used to this way of dealing, to cut out of their needs, to cut out all of their emotions. Instead, they devote to autonomy. They wanted to be devoted to work. They wanted to, put attention in some other areas other than relationships because it makes them feel safe. Being engulfed by the needs, by the strong emotions of the anxious preoccupied. In order to protect themselves of their sovereignty, they're gonna run away. They're gonna avoid. They're gonna dodge. It doesn't mean that those people who act distant are not loving. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It's just their way of dealing things have conflict with the needs, with the expectation that anxious attached people have on them. But those behaviors are going to be translated by the anxious preoccupied that, well, you don't love me, you're leaving me. Why are you behaving this way? You're fine at the beginning. So they put into more chase in order to secure that connection. And there it strengthens the cycle of chase and run. I hope this video is helpful. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you wanted to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.